you or that? Okay, great. I looked at the camera on the other one. It's weird.
It's hard to know the direction. So congratulations.
So there's a song called "I Want to Be Adored" by the Stone Roses that I think is very fitting for George. He wants to be adored.
I am touching your ass. I'm touching his ass, so you all know. That's all I fucking did on set was touch his ass.
I mean, they've been so kind, I think, the last few years, and you know, the way they showed up for me in South by Southwest this last week's been, I mean, it's really humbling. And just to see, you know, people already so excited to watch the show over here as well. I mean, I'm so grateful, and I hope they stay with me on this journey.
I think they will.
Well, I love For Your Precious Love by Otis Redding. I think that's kind of been my... that song has spoken to me for a long time.
Remember me from the Vanity Fair party? Good to see you, man. How are you?
I'm well.
I know you're visiting, so I want to make sure I gave King James and George the thing they deserve. Do you now live in LA, or are you still?
I do.
Okay,
Full LA
welcome
transplant.
to LA.
Thank you.
To get you active here even more, I have a souvenir for you because you were so good with Tony and Mary and George. So I have one for Tony and one for you. It says "Best Lover."
That is so very kind.
Because you guys were so good at it, so I was like, you need the trophy hardware.
It was. I mean, this is really good. I did think this was an Oscar. I've never held one before at first, so but it's one and the same.
We're
to me.
prepping you for like the years to come.
This is the pre-Oscar.
Yes.
That's what I heard.
I hope you'll always remember your first Oscar before the rest of them come.
I appreciate that, Jeff.
I already gave one to Nicholas.
Oh, really?
It says "Best Lover Hollywood."
Best lover. Thank you for this.
You guys were.
Oh, really?
Thank you.
Why am I blushing? You're so sweet.
Congrats.
Thanks, man. It's so good to talk to you, buddy. Thank you for this.
Great to see you.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Great talking to you, mate. Thank you.
Okay, so we're Gold Derby, so we're an awards-focused publication, and today we wrote a piece about how the show is kind of everything the Emmys might like, and you, Julianne, and Tony might get some recognition for it. How would that feel?
I mean, I think the recognition would obviously feel lovely. I think, you know, for us, it's just about making the show. I mean, we all put so much effort into it, and it was really this kind of like 6-month epic. So obviously to be recognized by such esteemed groups like the Emmys would be really sensational. Yeah.
And Tony just told me that his favorite part of working with you was headbutting you. Do you share the sentiment?
No, I didn't share the sentiment because he put me through a lot of pain. He didn't not only headbutt me, but he also cut my chin open with a ring.
How dare he?
How dare he? I went through the wars a little bit on the job, but no, I'd say there were more fun moments than that. Yeah.
Okay. And it's a big feat to work opposite someone like Julianne Moore and really hold your own, but you did that. So what do you learn from working with someone like Julianne, who's obviously a legend in the industry?
I think, I mean, one, how to lead a production in that way. I think she's, you know, extremely kind and collaborative and just generous with her time. And obviously, you know, we had to portray this really interesting relationship between mother and son. And I feel like she was very surprising in terms of the choices that, I mean, obviously she's an award-winning actress, so you kind of expect that from her, but I think just have patience with everyone, and I think that's just something I hope to emulate as I continue in this industry.
And lastly, what message do you have for your fans who are so incredibly supportive and go crazy whenever I mention you on Twitter?
Oh, that's, I mean, they've been so kind, I think, the last few years, and you know, the way they showed up for me in South by Southwest this last week's been, I mean, it's really humbling. And just to see, you know, people already so excited to watch the show over here as well. I mean, I'm so grateful, and I hope they stay with me on this journey.
I think they will. And Tony just told me that his favorite part of working with you was headbutting you. Do you share the sentiment?
No, I didn't share the sentiment because he put me through a lot of pain. He didn't not only headbutt me, but he also cut my chin open with a ring.
How dare he?
How dare he? I went through the wars a little bit on the job, but
with our pearls, if that's okay.
I'm so sorry. I let you down.
I know.
They broke on the way over here. There's just a million pearls in my.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
This is quite intimidating.
We are under the lights. We are under that.
Rampant. No, I honestly, well look, I mean, truly kind of embodying a multi-hyphenate in the sense that, you know, George goes off to France and I also think, you know, that there's this notion of sex in film and TV has kind of been this hot topic recently with a lot of people, you know, actors saying we want less of it, but I think, you know, in a show like ours, so much is said in these scenes. There is, you know, and sometimes there is a tenderness, but, you know, for George Villiers, this was his way of dominating people. This was how he crossed the thresholds of power and was able to, you know, accrue so much power by seducing this king. So I'm extremely proud of the intimacy work, and I think, you know, you completely fall into your character and the confidence that they bring, or the yearning they bring in James's case, and yeah, I love the work that we did. I think it helps serve this epic, you know, in the sense that we explored this story over 15, 20 years. These characters ever changing. We filmed in Scotland, we filmed all around England. You know, I think Tony and I were pretty bonded pretty quickly, but I certainly, you know, I certainly enjoyed becoming so close with this wildly talented actor, and I think the tenderness that grew between James and George, you know, it needed to be told. It was this age-old love affair, and I mean, Tony often, he's kind of a resident encyclopedian. He recites a lot of these amazing letters that were kind of written between George and James, and yeah, there, like I said, an epicness, I think, to our story.
Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, they used to, their correspondence, their letters. James would end it, my dear sweet child and wife. So there was, you know, there's definitely a tenderness and a love between these two chaps. But I think filming over this period of time, I mean, obviously working with Nick, he's such a professional and so passionate about what he did. I mean, this first episode, I think he's incredible. He's very naive in it, young George. But as you'll see throughout the episodes, if you watch the rest of the show, and hopefully you will, you see how you know, he becomes corrupted by the world around him, and Nick's performance goes on this incredible journey. Arguably the most sort of fleshed out performance out of everybody in the show. No pun intended. But the relationship between us as friends, I think, and the casting, Thea's guys for casting us, I think it was a bit of a genius move, because, you know, working with someone in such close quarters as I did with Nick, you have to have a sense of humour as well. Working with Nick, he's such a professional and so passionate about what he did. I mean, this first episode, I think he's incredible. He's very naive in it, young George. But as you'll see throughout the episodes, if you watch the rest of the show, and hopefully you will, you see how you know, he becomes corrupted by the world around him, and Nick's performance goes on this incredible journey.